Once upon a time, in the heart of the eternal city of Rome, the bells of the Vatican rang mournfully, for the Holy Father, the Pope, had passed away. The world seemed to hold its breath as the task of choosing his successor fell to the College of Cardinals, a gathering of the wisest and most faithful men in Christendom. Among these cardinals were 4 men who stood out as possible leaders of the Church. There was Aldo Bellini, a kind-hearted man from America who wished to carry forward the gentle ways of the late Pope. Then there was Joshua Adeyemi, a strong voice from Nigeria who stood firmly for tradition. From Canada came Joseph Tremblay, who sought to bring balance to the Church. Finally, there was Goffredo Tedesco, an Italian as unyielding as the stone walls of the Vatican, who dreamed of restoring ancient ways. But the story began to twist and turn like the winding streets of Rome when a mysterious newcomer arrived. His name was Archbishop Vincent Benitez, and he had come from a faraway land, Kabul. Unbeknownst to most, the late Pope had secretly named him a cardinal, and now his voice would join the others in the sacred decision. As the cardinals gathered under the painted skies of the Sistine Chapel, Cardinal Thomas Lawrence, a wise and steady man, spoke to them. "Faith," he said, "is about embracing the unknown." His words stirred hearts, and some wondered if he might wear the papal crown himself. The first votes were cast, but no one emerged victorious. The cardinals prayed and debated, while the streets of Rome buzzed with speculation. Meanwhile, secrets began to unfold, like hidden pages of an ancient book. A nun from Nigeria, Sister Shinumi, whispered a truth to Cardinal Lawrence, a truth about love and a child that could shake the Church. Lawrence, bound by honor, kept her confidence, but whispers of scandal began to shadow Adeyemi, dimming his chances. Elsewhere, Sister Agnes, a caretaker of the cardinals, helped Lawrence uncover more secrets. Tremblay, it seemed, had moved Sister Shinumi to the Vatican, but why? Tremblay claimed it was at the late Pope's request, but Lawrence began to wonder. Digging deeper, he found proof that Tremblay had traded favors for power, a grave sin in the eyes of God and man. The days of voting stretched on, and the Church grew restless. Then, on the 3rd day, disaster struck. A terrible explosion shook Rome, and even the sacred Sistine Chapel was damaged. The cardinals, shaken but steadfast, gathered once more to vote. In the chaos, Tedesco cried out for war, his voice full of fury. But Benitez spoke with calm, urging peace, and his words shone like a candle in the dark. When the votes were cast, it was Benitez who was chosen, and he took the name Innocent, a name that spoke of purity and hope. The crowds outside the Vatican roared with joy, their cheers rising to the heavens. But the story was not yet over. That evening, as the new Pope prepared for his first address, Lawrence learned one final secret. Benitez had carried with him a hidden truth all his life. He was born different from most men, with a body that carried both strength and mystery. He revealed this to Lawrence with quiet courage, saying, "I am what God made me." Lawrence, moved and humbled, wandered the Vatican gardens that night, the stars shining brightly overhead. He felt the weight of all he had seen and heard, but also a glimmer of hope. For in the heart of this new Pope, he saw the promise of a Church that could embrace the beauty of every soul, no matter how unexpected. And so, as the bells rang out to welcome Pope Innocent, the world waited to see what wonders his papacy would bring.